A pleasant April 29. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gavin Batista, your host at the Prosperity Channel. And we are back. And as you know, there were 4 programs that were deleted by certain Filipino Chinese that want to destroy this program. Well, it's not going to happen at all because we are on full blast. So let me have 4 segments today because the first one was deleted and then other 3 were deleted. So let me get first to the most important topic we have today, which is the warm welcome we did for King Charles, the monarch of the century. The monarch of the century. Why am I telling that? I have told that way back when I was in Manila in the 1990s, where we offered Unilever the largest ever in their history, where Prince Charles, was then Prince, came to Manila and we supported him in high heavens. But now, after so many decades, I am now here in the United States of America, starring the great state of Oklahoma. So we would like to welcome you, King Charles, together with your very supportive Queen, Queen Camilla. So let me get straight to the point, because this is a very crucial segment of our history as the Prosperity Channel. We are all here to talk about prosperity, and now former Prince Charles, now King, has clearly stated what it means for America today, what to do in the mid-term and in the future. He clearly stated that our relationship between America and Great Britain should not be wrecked but built on. He mentioned immediately that there are so many military investments being done by both countries, Great Britain and the United States, on all fronts. If I may say or surmise, it's about more than 2 trillion and still growing. Why? Because without security, business cannot prosper continuously. Military might is the key to sustaining growth of all industries with Great Britain and the United States. And shockingly, I think King Charles is now the best diplomat, if I may say, King, your Royal Highness, to broker the peace treaty between the Democrats and the Republicans. And more so, if I may say, your Royal Highness, I think you would be the best person to broker, to stop the war between Iran and the United States and the nation of Israel. Because what's happening right now, as you know, especially with our friends in the Democratic Party, is that they're saying, why not put all the money in the U.S. economy, which is not doing that well? Or, if I may say, to be fair, there is simply the usual trickle-down economics, where the people investing in the stock market, well, not all, but some, most of them are doing well, which is good, which hopefully will trickle down to the middle class, which is not happening at all. So, to cut the long story very short, because it is so obvious. If we were to inject $200 billion in the energy market, supporting various industries that would generate more oil for America, I think that will be enough to make President Trump win the midterms. But what is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear that most of America's hard-earned funds are being placed on military arsenal, military hardware, military corporations. And what is the payback? None. In the immediate, none. It is a long-term payback, because ultimately Iran will be completely subdued. But the question is when? Will it be immediate? Will it be in the midterm? And many are even saying, especially on the Democratic Party, that this is going to be a prolonged war. And my advice to our friends at the Pentagon is to immediately come out with a statement when the war will end. And believe it or not, this will be the best statement you're going to make to sustain our economic progress in the United States. Or else, all of the hard-earned gain of Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will be gone. Will be gone. It will all go on this war. It will all go on paying high petroleum prices. It will all go on paying high operational cost prices on all angles. Because whether you like it or not, it is still petroleum that dictates inflation. It is still petroleum that dictates sustainability in terms of cost. And therefore, if I would like to propose to our friends at the Pentagon, there must be a statement stating that the war will finally end in this given period of time. And as I was saying, it is very, very clear. It is so clear with one of the greatest speech of all time done by King Charles in the US Congress. King Charles would be the best diplomat to stop this war once and for all and make Iran sign that agreement that they will no longer whatsoever develop, create nuclear arsenal, nuclear bombs, hydrogen bombs, and the like. And if I may say, because it's already there, as we say, it's already there, might as well come out with an agreement between Israel and Iran, stating that Iran will never again not only bomb our friends in Israel, but more so not even attack Israel in a violent manner forever. That will be one of the commandments, new commandments between two great nations, two once great nations, especially Israel, to make Iran confess to Israel that all the bombings that they did, they will formally apologize in writing. And they will never bomb Israel again. All because of their respect and honor with King Charles. That will end this war overnight. And since he is already here, honoring the dead people who died at 9/11, And again, I salute you for that, King Charles. Might as well go all out and already come out with an agreement in writing to be presented to the new Iranian government to end this nonsense war once and for all and rebuild Iran. And come out with a vote. Well, if you want a coalition government, then so be it. If you want the former Pahlavi monarchy to rule Iran, then come out with an agreement that is democratic, so that there will be no more violence in Iran. Because ending the violence in Iran will achieve America's prosperity unbelievably so big that I can already see that the new Fed chairman, Kevin Warsh, will become one of the greatest, if not the greatest, monetary policy experts of all time. And we will support him. We will provide him the new concepts of economics that will dwarf all the Keynesian so-called theories of sustained prosperity. And as you know, many are already copying me, but they don't understand it. Why? In the first place, they're not economists. Secondly, their numbers are so pathetic. So, to cut this very, very crucial segment of our program, I'd like to ask you one thing before we end. One simple thing. What will be the U.S. economy 6 months from now? What will be the U.S. economy 6 months from now? And the answer is very clear. Some of the stocks will fall. Some of the stocks will have an aberration figure. It will go up again because, as I was telling you, where are you going to put your money? I'd rather put it in NVIDIA again. It might dip and then it will go back. But the other stocks that are grossly mismanaged will fall. We already saw the buyout of Remax. We already see the lack of vision of Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. He does not understand that a dip, a lower interest rate, will create a catalyst in the economy. It will reverberate. The lower interest will reverberate in other industries, which he cannot understand, which the new guy, Kevin Warsh, clearly understands. Clearly understands. Will it create inflation? Yes, but on a temporary basis. On a very, very temporary basis. Because whether you like it or not, the real estate industry in America controls more than 50% of the economy. More than 50% of the economy. And that is why there is a continued lack of confidence in the U.S. economy. But in fairness to President Trump, there is already more than 9 going 10, 11 trillion dollars of new investments in the United States of America, which was never, ever achieved before. Never achieved before. This is the largest investment ever, not only in U.S. history, but in the entire history of mankind. And I guarantee you, my new economic programs will really jolt the market and lift the entire American industries. Never seen before since the time of John Maynard Keynes. It will create confidence. It will dissolve the quarrels between the Republicans and the Democrats when it comes to budgets. And so many families will be very happy. They will no longer be poor again. They will no longer be begging for money, because the money will come because of correct, precise economic policies that are new, and not this stupid, archaic, worthless economic policies. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call anytime at my U.S. cell phone number, 405-503-8511. Again, that is my U.S. cell phone, 405-503-8511. And now I will now go to my Starlink internet services to immediately put this on YouTube so that your family finally can be rich again. Finally can be rich again. I know you've waited for this for so long. And the Filipino Chinese again wanted to delete it. I will name them one by one. That will be in my next segment. And if you don't want to call me, you can email me at superdeals1494@gmail.com. This is Gavin Batista, your host at the Prosperity Channel. And to King Charles, we hope you can come back next year because America now values you as still the number one ally of the 50 state and trust territories of this great nation. Thank you for coming, King Charles, and thank you very much for coming as well, Queen Camilla.